Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of June 13, Ms. Nguyễn Thị Yến Mai, head of the Economic and Budget Board, chairs the meeting to review the contents to be presented to the 13 sessions of the Provincial People's Council in the field of economy and budget. Attending the meeting, there was Ms. Nguyễn Đại Thi, standing vice chairwoman of the Provincial People's Council.
At the meeting, the Provincial People's Committee submitted to the Provincial People's Council for consideration and approval of the policy of changing the use purpose of rice cultivation land for 2 projects in Châu District, using 1.68 hectares of land. Through verification, the Economic and Budget Committee agreed with the content submitted by the Provincial People's Committee. At the same time, it is recommended that the Provincial People's Committee direct the authorities to inspect and evaluate to ensure that projects are implemented for the right purpose and effectively. Also at the meeting, the Provincial People's Committee presented a draft resolution to adjust and supplement the 2024 public investment plan from the local budget. Through verification, the Economic and Budget Committee agreed with the submitted content. Specifically, agreed to add project list and allocated capital to the 2024 public investment plan of 24.86 billion Vietnam dong for 2 projects. Project to build a centralized data warehouse of the province, and project of installing high-tech surveillance camera system at Portuguese. Agreed to reduce the assigned capital plan for 2024 for the projects connecting the N8 787B 789 region of 24.86 billion Vietnam dong due to not fully disbursing the capital plan during the year. In the first 4 months of this year, Vietnam surpassed the Philippines to become the leading country exporting bananas to China, with a volume of nearly 355,000 tons, an increase of more than 22% over the same period in 2023. This recent data was announced by the General Administration of Customs of China. Accordingly, in the first 4 months of the year, Vietnam's banana export output was 2.4 times higher than that of the Philippines. This is the first time Vietnamese bananas exported to China surpassed the Philippines. The country ranked the second in banana growing area in the world after Ecuador. With this export output, Vietnam accounts for 48.6% of the total banana output imported into China. The Ministry of Finance is seeking comments on the amended draft law on corporate income tax. The draft specifically stipulates the principles for applying corporate income tax incentives based on incentive industries, occupations, incentive areas according to the provisions of this law, and stipulates cases where other laws have regulations on corporate income tax incentives. Different from the provisions of this law, they shall comply with the provisions of this law, thereby ensuring consistency in law enforcement and avoiding the spread of preferential provisions in other specialized law documents. Specify clearly and in more detail the subjects of corporate income tax incentives based on the basic inheritance of fields, industries, areas, and activities eligible for tax incentives according to current regulations. According to the National Cyberspace Safety Monitoring Center, Ministry of Information and Communications, in May, over 124,700 fake websites or research were recorded as agencies and organizations. Subjects use this fake website to deceive and cause damage to people in cyberspace, and at the same time cause serious damage to the reputation and brand of the fake agency or organization. This center also discovered 71 fake friend websites with fraudulent purposes spread in cyberspace. The center's technical monitoring system has recorded over 89,300 weaknesses and information security holes in servers, workstations, and information systems of state agencies and organizations. At the same time, 12 newly announced vulnerabilities with serious high-impact levels were recorded that could be exploited to attack and exploit the system of agencies and organizations. On June 10, the People's Committee of Trang Bang Thao held a conference to evaluate the implementation of the socio-economic development plan for the first 6 months of the year and deploy key tasks for the last 6 months of 2024. In the first 6 months of 2024, Trang Bang Thao's socio-economic development is stable, achieving many positive results. Total state budget revenue is estimated to be more than 178.3 billion Vietnam dong, reaching 59.23% of the year's estimate. Established 45 new enterprises with registered capital of 141.6 billion Vietnam dong, creating jobs for 1,672 workers, reaching 52.25% of the plan. The work of taking care of policy families, people with meritorious services, social protection beneficiaries, and children in difficult circumstances is carried out promptly and effectively. The situation of security or the social safety in the inland and border areas is maintained and stable. Inspection, anti-corruption, citizen reception, and settlement of citizens' complaints and denunciations are carried out in accordance with regulations. Speaking at the conference, Secretary of Trang Bang Thao Party Committee Võ Văn Dũng requested the Thao People's Committee to focus on disbursement of public investment capital, creating conditions to promote socio-economic development, promptly resolve problems arising in social life, quickly overcome the shortage of drugs, equipment, and medical supplies, strengthen state management of land, resources, and environment, build teams of career civil servants and public employees with sufficient capacity, quality, and high sense of responsibility in performing public duties. Promote propaganda, dissemination, and raise people's awareness of law observance, create a favorable conditions, create a favorable environment to current and attract investment. On the afternoon of June 13, at Binh Phuoc Radio and Television Station, the opening ceremony and seminar of the second Binh Phuoc Provincial Press Professional Festival 2024 took place. This is the second year it has been held. The Binh Phuoc Provincial Journalism Festival continues to have great influence, attracting many units from outside the province to participate. This year's festival has 265 works of reporters tendered from 4 times of press submitted to participate, in which 54 works of printed newspaper, 52 works of electronic newspaper, 51 works of radio, 95 works of television, 13 works of press photos. According to the jury's assessment, this year's interests are a practical summary, deeply and vividly reflecting the achievements of Binh Phuoc province and localities in many different fields. The festival will be held with many other exciting and important activities taking place from June 13 to 20, 2024. Also, on the morning of June 12, visiting Thanh Thanh Công Biên Hòa Joint Stock Company TTC Address, Ms. Susan Burns appreciated the vision and development of TTC Group over the years, in which eco-friendly production and business is one of the issues that Thanh Thanh Công always focuses on. Sharing about the 45-year journey of formation and development of TTC Group, Mr. Đặng Văn Thành, Chairman of Thanh Thanh Công Group, said, up to now, TTC Group has been quite successful in many fields of activities such as agriculture, energy, real estate, industrial real estate, and tourism. Especially in 2022, Thanh Thanh Công Group officially re-establishes the educational sector through choosing Đà Lạt University, being a member of group's ecosystem. Ms. Susan Burns also restated sustainable and eco-friendly development, especially in the field of renewable energy, is an issue that many U.S. companies are very interested in when investing in Vietnam. U.S. Consul General in Ho Chi Minh City Susan Burns also emphasized TTC Group's cooperation with a number of U.S. companies has contributed to the bilateral relationship between Vietnam and the U.S. in recent times. Some industries with good index increases include manufacturing in electronic products, computers and optical products increased by nearly 67%, production of machinery and equipment increased by more than 29%, production of drugs, pharmaceutical chemicals and medicinal materials increased by more than 28%, good processing and production of products from wood and bamboo increased nearly 17%, custom production of electrical equipment with the leader manufacturing industry and related products of the mining industry also increased quite high. In addition, some industries have slower or decreasing growth indexes such as food production and processing, rent and copy records at ton levels, manufacturing products from other non-metallic minerals. Accumulated in 5 months of 2024, TayNinh's Industrial Production Index increased by more than 13% over the same period.
Ladies and gentlemen, over the past year, the friendly relationship between TayNinh City Military Command and Raven City Military Branch, Raven Province, Kingdom of Cambodia, has been increasingly strengthened and heightened. Two sides have cooperated in many fields and have achieved rich achievement. This is one of the roots of the strong friendship and cooperation between two localities.
For many years, TayNinh City Military Command and the Raven City Military Branch have always been proactive in devising specific coordination plans for annual implementation. The two units regularly exchange information and help each other, creating conditions for people from both sides to visit relatives, cooperate, and develop. In addition, the two sides also propagated to the people, officers and soldiers to cooperate in the search and repatriation of the remains of volunteer martyrs who died in Raven City over war periods. The two sides also advised the authorities of the two cities to create favorable conditions for the Vietnamese community as well as Cambodians to visit, travel, and do business in the two cities, especially Raven City residents to TayNinh City for medical examination and treatment. In addition, TayNinh City Military Command pays attention to taking care of Khmer ethnic people living in TayNinh City, visiting and giving gifts to Khmer ethnic people on the occasion of death. In 2024, TayNinh City Military Command advised the City Party Committee, the City People's Committee, and other departments to organize a visit and give 90 gifts to Khmer people living in TayNinh City on the occasion of the traditional TayNinhTV festival with a total value of 50 million Vietnam dong. Along with that, the Military Steering Committee of TayNinh City advised the People's Committee of TayNinh City to organize a reception for working group of Raven City leaders to visit and wish the Lunar New Year of 2024 at the People's Committee of TayNinh City. Based on the results of implementing cooperation agreements in 2023 and based on the practical situation, the two sides continue to sign a memorandum of cooperation in 2024. TayNinh City Military Command and Raven City Military Branch signed a memorandum of cooperation in 2024, thereby strengthening solidarity, friendship, and comprehensive, sustainable long-term cooperation, enhancing mutual understanding and trust, building two peaceful and stable cities, creating a favorable environment for cooperation in socio-economic development, meeting and strengthening national defense and security between TayNinh and Raven cities. The signing of the annual cooperation memorandum demonstrates the determination of the two units to strengthen and develop the relationship of friendship and mutual trust. This is the basis and remains to firmly protect sovereignty, security, order, and social safety, create a favorable environment for socio-economic development cooperation, and strengthen national defense and security for two cities. From there, it contributes to building an increasingly sustainable friendly relationship between Vietnam and Cambodia.
The audience in the 1989s of the last century taking advantages of the life of the Hmong ethnic people in the northern mountainous province at that time, which still has many difficulties living isolated in high mountain. Bad guys have taken advantages of belief and religions to seduce, lure a part of people to believe in the illegal organization named Dương Văn Minh. in order to carry out a plot to success and safeguard separating from the Vietnamese ethnic community. After more than 30 years, the affected locality have basically eliminated this organization, but many reflections have been remained.
Even if you don't work, you still have food. Even if you don't study, you will be literate. And when you get sick, you will help yourself. Those are the unscientific and actual propaganda claims that Yung Văn Minh and other cross subjects have propagated. Being gullible, listening to those lies, many Hmong people at that time sold their fields and gardens, cattle, pigs, chickens, rice, corn, living their traditional ways of life of the Hmong people, which is already difficult and even more poor. According to police records, Yung Văn Minh, also known as Giang Sống Minh, is of the Hmong ethnic group and has permanent residence in Ham Yên, Tuyên Quang. In 1989, after listening to foreign radio propaganda about the so-called Rang Chữ, Yung Văn Minh made up the story. He was possessed by Jesus rights, knew the future as well as knew how to return to life from the dead. Most naturally, they incited people to destroy ancestral altars, eliminate all good customs, practices, and traditions in the Hmong community to carry out what this illegal organization invented. The number of people following illegal organizations has not strictly complied with regulations, as well as local conventions. For example, not participating in village meetings, not allowing their children to be vaccinated. Hmong ethnic children, according to Yung Văn Minh organization, are not allowed to go to school. Propagating and mobilizing children to go to school is also very difficult. Most children reach 8 or 9 grade and then stop going to school. Reality has proven that Yung Văn Minh's propaganda arguments are only deceptive. The subject himself made up a lie that if he was sick, he could recover on his own, or the dead could come back to life. But in December 2021, Yung Văn Minh passed away due to illness. The viewpoint of our party instead is to always respect the right to freedom of religion and belief, but also strictly punish acts of taking advantage of religion to conduct superstitious activities. The fight to eliminate the illegal organization named Yung Văn Minh over the past 30 years has brought peace to every village and, most importantly, preserving the good cultural values of the nation that have existed for thousands of generations. In recent years, the implementation of Conclusion Number 1, dated May 18, 2021, of the Politburo on continuing to implement Directive Number 5 of the Politburo on promoting learning and following Ho Chi Minh ideology, ethics, and sight has brought about many important and practical results. Many effective models and creative approaches have emerged, closely linked to the realities of various organizations and units contributing to the fulfillment of political tasks, socio-economic development, national defense, security, and the strengthening of the party and political system in the locality. In recent years, we have maintained various models on the district social media forums. Additionally, we organize thematic meetings within party cells to discuss and relate the themes to their practical work. In 2024, Yung Châu District Party Committee has launched an online competition on topics related to the 2024 theme. Giving a directive speech at the Congress, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm requested agencies, units, and localities to continue to focus on learning and following alcohol with specific practical actions and this in the coming time. We must continue to seriously and effectively implement both the comprehensive and annual thematic programs in conjunction with the Politburo's regulations on revolutionary ethical standards of party members in the new era across the Provincial Party Committee. We shall focus on specific practical contents, selecting pilot subjects, units, and party cells to implement and share successful methods throughout the party committee. If each person does one good deed, that each day many good deeds will be done, and if many people do many good deeds, it will contribute to building a better society. Immersed in alcohol-free drinks, everything must be radical, achievable, and progressively from small to big, from easy to difficult, from low to high. The achievements of recent years inspire on levels such as carers, party members, people of the province to continue to emulate learning and following Ho Chi Minh's ideology, ethics, and stay rule-specific and radical actions with party committees and authorities at all levels to successfully implement the goals of the resolution of the 13 Party Congress, the 11 Provincial Party Congress, and resolutions of Party Congresses at all levels, collectively building a beautiful, prosperous, and civilized homeland of TayNinhTV.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.